Okay. Just a moment. Okay. Hope anybody who's in Houston is enjoying the snow. Hmm. Okay, looks like I'm live. Okay. I'm live in my group. I'm just getting the hang of Restream here. Restream's a really great tool for live streaming, but um I was using Be Live, so I'm kind of new to this. But looks like it's working. All right. Okay. Okie dokie. Hi, Kaylin. Welcome. Uh, I see you joined on Zoom. We've got a few others joining on LinkedIn or YouTube or in the Facebook group. So I'm just gonna keep track of the comments so I can see when you folks comment in there as well. Let's see. Okay. All right. Awesome. All right. So today we're going to be talking about attracting our ideal customer to us like a magnet. So if you're in Houston, I'm in Houston. We just got like 2 inches of snow here. It's white and cold outside. So if you're in Houston or if you're in Texas or if you're somewhere that's getting snow, I hope you've got your hot cup of coffee or tea. I've got my hot cup of coffee here and trying to keep warm. I've got my I don't know if you can see this is probably the warmest sweater that I own. Oh, Kaylin, you're in Maryland. Oh, wow, you just got 5 inches of snow. That's amazing. Yeah, this is probably the warmest sweater I own. It's got little reindeer on it. And I sure don't get to wear it very often in Houston because, of course, it's normally like quite warm here. But so we're enjoying this weather, even though it's cold and people aren't used to it. We don't really have the infrastructure here to handle snow. There's no salt or gravel or whatever for the roads to keep them from being slippery. So the best bet is just to hang tight and stay home when this happens. But Definitely planning to maybe make some snowmen later or make some snow angels. So I'm glad that you guys have joined me. It's a beautiful day in spite of the snow. And let's pull up our sweaters and warm cups of coffee and tea and talk about customer avatars, or we call them in marketing, ideal customer profile or customer avatar. But why do we want to even talk about that? I hear from customers sometimes they're like, well, I know who my ideal customer is. Like, I don't need to think about that. We already know who they are. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's you. And you feel like you really already know who they are. Um, but even when we pretty much know generally who they are, taking some time to sit down and really think about what is it that they truly desire. Because at the end of the day, people buy results. They don't buy systems, they don't buy processes, they don't buy features. People buy results. If somebody's renting a car, it's probably because they want to get somewhere. Yeah, there's different kinds of cars. Maybe one's a luxury car, maybe one's a Volvo and known for safety, and you have a family or something. But those are all other motivations. So the problem is if we don't really take the time to think about who our ideal customer is, and then, what really are their motivations to buy? What are their potential objections to the sale? What's keeping them up at night? What are their frustrations? Um, you know, if we don't take the time to think about that stuff, then we could be missing the mark. And if you're having sales conversations that don't seem to be hitting home, or sometimes we are getting nightmare customers. We're taking work because maybe we need work, but at the end of the day, we're not making money on it potentially because they're asking us to do a lot of things that we aren't profitable for us or take too much time or whatever it is. We're attracting potentially customers who aren't our ideal customer. Sorry, I can hear my boyfriend banging his feet on the ground trying to get the snow off as he's coming in the house. Um, so the problem is if we don't understand our ideal customer, and not just, are they a CTO at a hospital, or are they, yeah, that's important to understand generally, like what is their job description, but what do they really care about? Um, at the end of the day, what's that deeper reason? Can we get at a deeper reason for why they might be buying from us? At the end of the day, we as human beings, we don't live, we don't want to live to work. We want to work to live. We want to have a wonderful life. And, maybe that ideal customer is buying from you because at the end of the day, that existential reason is because he wants to send his kids to a really good college, or he or she wants to take their husband or wife on a really nice vacation. Um, so, really getting to the bottom of what it is, and using our imagination to sort of dive in. And then I'm going to show you also how to not only use our imagination, but how to also get a leg up with ChatGPT and AI. So if you enjoy this live stream today, I'm really glad that you joined. Please drop a comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know how this is impacting you, or whatever it is that is on your mind. Sharing this with your friends. We love likes, comments, and shares. It just helps us be more powerful as a community together. And definitely follow us on LinkedIn. Our page is ZBRA, Smarter Marketing Wild Results on LinkedIn. We also have a Facebook group called Double Your Sales with AI and Automation. And would love for you to join our Facebook group so that you can stay updated with our content. We'll be going live here weekly with tips on business growth and using AI and automation just to get more done more quickly. So I also have a complimentary resource that I'm going to offer you guys if you drop the word avatar below this video in a comment. I'll be sure to respond with that. And let me see, let me get this for, grab this for the Zoom chat. I was going to drop the, go. Okay, I just dropped the worksheet. Oh, I forgot to update the thumbnail on it, but it is the correct worksheet. I just dropped into the Zoom chat. So if you want to grab that resource, that is actually the AI prompt and the worksheet so that you can actually use ChatGPT to help you fill out your customer avatar worksheet. And we're going to take a look at what's included in that and you know what it really means to get clear on who your ideal customer is. All right. So my name's Laura Camrath. I am the CEO and founder of ZBRA Marketing. And you know, I have an interesting background. I'm a degree geologist with an MBA from Rice University. I started my business because I really love helping people grow businesses. And I'm also kind of a techie nerd. I love working with nerdy people. If you're a nerdy person, you know, come join in with me because we're going to have a lot of fun. And um, you know, I love this automation and AI. AI is so very new and it is just making our lives easier. I like to kind of think of it as a dishwasher or a telephone. It's like, you know, the telephone doesn't replace human interaction. Maybe the telephone when it was new replaced that face-to-face component and people say, oh, like, well, you know, this is going to ruin our face-to-face interactions. But at the end of the day, like the telephone brings us closer. When we're halfway across the world, we can still communicate. And I kind of think of AI in the same way. It's not replacing human interaction. It is just bringing us closer. It's allowing us to reach more of the people who we can help. And so that's really how I think of it. I say the dishwasher as well because, you know, the dishwasher, like it makes our lives easier so we don't have to stand at the sink for hours scrubbing dishes, but it doesn't like jump up and take the dishes off our table and, you know, put them in the dishwasher and then wash them and then stack them in the cabinet. No, it's a tool that humans are using to be able to make our lives easier and just get things done faster. And you know, AI really is doing that for us. It's making things faster, making us be able to do things faster. It's a tool. It's helping us facilitate our interactions, being able to communicate more with each other and in a way that's meaningful. So it's not there to replace us. It's there to be a tool for us to use. So alrighty. So going back again to the customer avatar, why is this so important? It's so important because when we really get inside the heads of our ideal customer, then we can anticipate their needs. We can design even our solutions around solving their problems. And then we can communicate those solutions to them in a way that they hear us and understand. And, you know, when we see heads bobbing, like, you know, oh, wow, yeah, that's me. You know, when we can make our content, have them raise their hand and say, yeah, man, that's me. I'm experiencing that problem. And wow, this looks like this solution could actually really help me solve that problem. You know, that's making a huge difference in a way that they can understand. And if they're not hearing us, we're not going to be able to help them. So it's really important that we get clear on their needs and their problems, get clear on how our solution is solving their problems, and then be able to communicate it effectively. So that they hear us. Because when they are able to hear us and we're all busy, we all have very busy lives, we're all doing a million things, and maybe we have a family, maybe we have kids, trying to get them ready for school, trying to attend to our customers, trying to make sure that we get our deadlines met, trying to read our emails. We have a million things going on. Not to mention social media, I'm sure, uh, can also take up some of our time. There's a million things vying for our time every day, and it's not that your customers don't care about you, it's just that they just don't have time. And so it's not until they decide that this is important to spend time on that they're gonna come to you. So you have to be able to show them why it's important for them to spend time with you. Okie dokie. So I am going to share a brief PowerPoint here. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Just drop a 1 in the chat if you can see my screen here. Just making sure. All right, Kaylin can see. That's good. If Kaylin can see, I suspect most other people can see too. All right, here we go. Okay, so this is a customer avatar canvas build out. And this is a look at the customer avatar canvas. It's kind of like a worksheet. And we've got the avatar persona, their demographics and interests, like what kind of person really is this? And then the before and after. And so on the left, you see before, on the right, you see after. And that is really like speaking to the transformation. People don't buy, like I said, people don't buy products and services. They buy happily ever afters. And so being able to paint that picture of what that happily ever after looks like is really important. So, all right, why are we doing this? We want to clarify who you serve, what value you deliver, recognize and document the difference between avatars and personas. All right, so let's get started. First, let's think about the who. I work with businesses sometimes who are super clear on who it is they serve, almost to the point of being offended that you might ask who it is they serve. But it's not necessarily about just knowing like who, but knowing like really what their motivations are and really getting into their heads. And I also work with customers sometimes who don't have a really good grasp on who it is they serve. They know what they do and they know that people buy it here and there, but they don't know, if you said, okay, can you tell me who you work with? They'd be like, oh, like people like this and people like that. And, so this is also for those folks who might be in that boat, a chance to think about, who is your best customer and who do you want to work more with? Because when we can sort of customize our message and tailor our solutions, we're able to serve people better and communicate with them better. All right, so the first part is just a customer avatar deep dive. All right, so here we've got the customer avatar canvas. You can see right down the middle, the avatar persona. That could just be like, who is this person? You could give them a name. Maybe their name's Alan. Maybe their name is Jennifer. But who are they? Are they like a chief technology officer? Are they like a hospital operations director? a job title? Is there just an industry? Are they a restaurant owner or something like that? Um, and then the demographics and interests. Where is this person located? How old are they? Are they married? Do they have kids? Are they a college graduate? How much money are they making? All the things that you might be able to think about. And then key purchase drivers. Well, why are they buying? Like, why would they buy this from you? Frustrations and fears. What's keeping them up at night? And then wants and aspirations, like what do they really want? Like deep down at the end of the day, even if somebody wants a promotion, well, why do they want a promotion? So they can work more? Probably not. They probably want a promotion because they want to pay for their kids to go to college, or they want to buy that fancy sports car, or they want to take their husband or wife on vacation, or something like that. And then of course the before and after speaks to the transformation that we're gonna uh, show them, the happily ever after. Okay, so go ahead and give your customer avatar a name and maybe a description, like who are they, demographics and interests, their frustrations and fears, wants and aspirations. And then after we give them a name and a description, then want to think about their demographics and interests. How old are they? What do they do for a living? How much money do they make? Uh, what's their education level? How are they married? Are they single? Are they in a location? Uh, is it national? Is it local? Um, are they, a tech person in Silicon Valley? Like, where are they? What books or magazines or blogs do they read? What events and conferences would they like to attend? What brands and influencers are they actively following and engaging with? Say your ideal customer are a bunch of young, this is just like a kind of wild example, but like say they're a bunch of young girls who love Taylor Swift. Well, maybe you're an older person, you don't know a lot about Taylor Swift. Well, but if all of your ideal customers are super big Taylor Swift fans, maybe you want to learn a little bit about Taylor Swift and drop in some Taylor Swift references, which is going to mean they're going to pay a little more attention because you're speaking their language. But and then what events and conferences would they like to attend? Where are they hanging out? And the books and magazines as well. Like, where are they hanging out? What are they paying attention to? And where can you get in front of them? All right, so this is just a little sticky notes, like kind of sticky noting your thoughts down in the demographics and interests section. The next section is frustrations and fears. What's keeping them up at night? What annoys and frustrates them? What challenges do they face on a daily basis, big and small? Who or what is standing in the way of their success and happiness? What are some key systems in their life or job that frequently fail? And what's something they're forced to interact with that's difficult to maintain? Wait, is that maintain or manage? Or understand? And then what features or lack of features do they regularly complain about in related products or services? So, sometimes being successful is just doing a better job of something that's already being done. Um, you know, Before Airbnb, there were already B&Bs all over the country or the world, but there was no app connecting everybody together. They just took something that already existed and improved on it. Uh, so what is it that is really frustrating to your ideal customer? Uh, Maybe they've got systems they work with that consistently fail, that, there's no solution for that. And so they're constantly annoyed by it. If you can figure out what they're constantly annoyed by and take away that pain, that's reason for them to buy from you. So if you can show consistently that you can help alleviate their fears and frustrations, first you have to get real and figure out what those fears and frustrations are for them. All right, so go ahead and sticky note your ideas down here. And then the wants and aspirations. What do they want for themselves? What do they want for the people around them? Maybe for themselves, they want to, like I said, maybe it's they want to take their family on vacation, or they want to send their kids to college, or uh, they want to be able to work half days, or something. There's something that they want. Um, Maybe they want to make sure that the people that work for them um, can be successful and support their families. And, maybe they aspire to be, uh, you know, like the number one in their category of business. What is it that they really want? What goals have they set for themselves? What values do they hold dear? What are their secret desires? Um, and this can go deeper than just, a lot of times superficially we think like, oh, well, they want like a revenue level of blah blah blah, or they want to not have to worry, like especially when it comes to IT and cybersecurity. Maybe they want to make sure that they never have a catastrophic incident where they have legal ramifications or risk ramifications, monetary damage. They want to make sure that never happens. um but what do they have when they know that their systems are secure? Well, they have peace of mind. They have a functioning, working business that they know is not going to experience a catastrophic event. Um, but what do they have when they have that? Um, Security for their family, security for their employees' family. Um, so and knowing that they're not going to wake up one morning and find out that something terrible has happened. you know so go ahead and sticky note your ideas down on that one, and let's talk about key purchase drivers. So what are these? These are the must-have features. So think about, you want to buy a car. Well, the car absolutely has to drive from point A to point B. It has to drive. At a bare minimum, you would not ever buy a car that doesn't appear to be drivable. So that will be your must-have features. It must absolutely do X, Y, Z. Expectation of service. Well, if you're buying a car, the car does have to be serviced. So if you are buying a car, I bought a Toyota because they have excellent service. And I had a Mazda before. The service at the dealership was absolutely atrocious. And, you know, so I expect a certain level of service that when I had a Mazda was not met. And that's why I ended up buying a Toyota, because I expected the service level to be better. So what is it that your ideal customer is expecting in terms of service from a company like yours? And sometimes you may need to do a little poking around to see, what are other companies doing? Or you might even want to ask some of your existing customers or people that you know well, who might have a better feel on the answer of that is, what are they absolutely expecting from a company who does what you do? And then price or budget considerations. Are you higher price, lower price? What are customers expecting for the budget? And how do you make sure that they feel like they're getting value for the price or budget you are charging? And then quality expectations. What do they expect in terms of quality? Are there any known deal killers? What are some common objections that must be overcome? If we can anticipate in advance what their objections may be, we can essentially craft a response, or we can eliminate that objection by essentially responding to it in advance. Like, oh, well, this has to be done in this amount of time. I can't possibly buy this unless it is. Oh, well, we do offer that as an add-on. You can have VIP service or something like that. How do you overcome their objections and anticipate their objections in advance? And then any additional stakeholders or decision makers. Uh, if this is going to be a decision made by the business owner plus three other executives or a board, that needs to be taken into consideration. And also what are those folks looking for? All right. Okay, so now, basically what we want to do is just take a look at all the stuff that we've written down or our thoughts here. And do we have any duplication in the different sections? Just if we do, we can sort of consolidate, kill, combine, and transfer so that we sort of have a clean version. Now we're going to talk real quick about the before and after grid. Like I said, people buy transformation. They don't buy products and services, they buy happily ever afters. So we're taking our customer from point A to point B. And the point B is some more happy after state. People wouldn't buy if they were already completely happy. If they already had all their problems solved, they wouldn't need to buy anything. So they're in some sort of not so happy before state that's causing them to be looking for a solution like yours. So this is just a case study. Essentially, I'll just tell you, this is a busy mom. She's got kids running all over the place. She wants to, keep her photos, like, she's taking photos of her kids, and then she doesn't know what to do with them. So this was a lady who, uh, it was a company that was sending like little photo books to people. And so, the before state for her was, I've got kids running over. I'm trying to preserve the memories, but, oh my God, I'm a busy mom and I don't have time for this. The after state is her here sitting in the bath. Look how serene she is. Because she doesn't have to worry about it. The memories are being preserved. She's receiving these photo books in the mail and she can put them on the bookshelf or put them on the coffee table and look at them for all of eternity. So, this is her after state, from busy mom to being relaxing in the tub and everything is taken care of. So it's really just, what is that after state for your customer? Like, where are you taking them to, basically? What does that look like? Because when we can sort of like imagine and get granular about what that looks like for them, um, you know, we can sort of paint that picture for them. So we've got what do they have before? For the busy mom, she's got thousands of pictures stuck on her phone. The after, magazine of your own life. So afterwards, she's got the memories preserved in a book. She doesn't have to do anything. They just get sent to her and it's all taken care of. Before, she's overwhelmed. She's frustrated. She's tired. The kids are running everywhere. Afterwards, she feels accomplished. Before, her average day looks like chaos mixed with cute moments. And afterwards, it's still chaotic, but the cute moments are remembered. And the status before is frazzled mom, everyone pities. Afterwards, she's a scrapbooking super mom. And the good versus evil, this is like the existential level. Life is moving too fast. Afterwards, she's able to slow down life a little bit. So are you ready to build yours? First step will be, what do they have before that they don't have after, or vice versa? So pretty much start with the have and then feel, what is their emotional state like before compared to their emotional state after? So we've got, the feel. Average day. What is a day in the life of your customer like before receiving the value of your products and service compared to after? What's a particularly bad day like? What's their ideal day like? And can you improve their average day for them? And then their status. Describe the status of your customer before versus after receiving the value of your product or service. And change the story someone tells about themselves. Uh, and this was where she was a frazzled, ragged mom to a scrapbooking super mom. How can you take your, just elevate the status of your customer, who they are, who they're being. And then the good versus evil. What greater philosophical evil does your product or service allow your customer to defeat? This is like the core belief and purpose. Like, what is their purpose? Can you improve how they feel in their purpose? All right. And so again, just to kind of kill, combine, and transfer, consolidate, and see if you have any duplication, just clean, get yourself a clean version. Awesome. So now what I would like to do is if you've opted in for the Customer Avatar Worksheet, I've got a really awesome prompt here for you that's going to help you shortcut this process. So I know this can be, going through this Customer Avatar Canvas process can be a lot. What we're going to work on is completing sort of this middle part, their avatar persona, their demographics and interests, their key purchase drivers, their frustrations and fears, and their wants and aspirations. So I have a prompt here that we can drop into ChatGPT. And so the first step would be kind of figuring out, well, if I just had to pick out like my number one person, my best customer, the people that I would most rather work with more of, who would that be? Maybe that's a chief technology officer or something like that. So you could just list those out. You could start with the first one. Maybe just right now, you just think of the first one. And then you could go ahead and fill these things out manually, just like, okay, so if I'm thinking of my best customer, how old are they? What do they do? What's their income level? What's their education level? Or we can go ahead and use this prompt. So the prompt says, please act as an experienced marketing consultant with a deep understanding of human psychology, emotions, buying behavior, and motivations. I need to craft a customer avatar profile for a prospective customer of, and then you would fill in your company and your product or service. Please review the following framework of a customer avatar profile and then wait for further instructions. You could actually start with giving ChatGPT a bit more description about your products and services and your company. I've gone ahead and done that for my business. I created a custom GPT that's trained with all of the background about my company and my products and services. So, were I to drop in this prompt, it would already know who my company is and what I offer. So then it says, please review the following framework of a customer avatar profile and then wait for further instructions. And here we go. We've got essentially all the questions that I showed you in the presentation. And then I ask it, now please help me craft a customer avatar profile for an ideal customer who is a, and then I tell it what we wrote down as customer avatar person number one. And please keep in mind that the key purchase drivers would pertain to their drive to purchase my product and service. Okay, so let's hop over here to ChatGPT. I created a custom GPT, like I said, trained with my brand voice and my company information and my product and service details. So I already have that in here. If you don't, you could start with telling ChatGPT a little bit about your business and a little bit about your product and service that you're looking to sell. So I'm just gonna go ahead and copy this whole portion right here. Right down to here. The green check mark is the next prompt. So, and then I'm gonna drop this in here. I'm gonna say, please, oh wait, I was gonna say, just drop this in. And so when we give a prompt, we always want to tell ChatGPT who it is or what we want it to be behaving as. So like here I said, please act as an experienced marketing consultant with a deep understanding of human psychology, emotions, buying behaviors, and motivations. So you always want to say, give it a role. And then tell it what it needs, what you're asking it to do. The more sort of training you give it, the better your results tend to be. So I'm going to say, I need to craft a customer avatar profile for a prospective customer of Zebra and the Zebra suite for bot AI sales system. Please review the following framework of a customer avatar profile and then wait for further instructions. So here we've got all of those attributes. And I can just press go. And so it's really just digesting what I just told it, which I told it to wait for further instructions, but it doesn't always listen so well. It always just wants to give you a response. So good. So now it has essentially digested what I just told it. Now I'm going to give it the next prompt, which is to ask it to craft a profile for my ideal customer. Okay, so now please help me craft a customer avatar profile for an ideal customer who is I'm just going to say a chief technology officer. Chief technology officer. Please keep in mind that the key purchase drivers should pertain to their drive to purchase the Zebra suite, which is my AI sales system, which I already told it. Okay. Okay, so he's named Alex. He's 35 to 50 years old. He's a CTO. His income is 150 to 250,000 annually, bachelor's or master's degree education in computer science, engineering, or related field. Maybe holds a certification in IT management. He's probably married with children. He values a work-life balance, but he works long hours anyway. He lives in an urban or suburban area, technically in a tech hub or metropolitan region with a strong business presence. Books he might be reading: TechCrunch, Wired, CIO.com, Forbes Tech, ZDNet. Books on leadership and innovation like The Lean Startup to Radical Candor. Events and conferences. He attends IT-focused conferences like Gartner IT Symposium or RSA Conference or AWS reInvent. Interested in webinars or virtual meetups on AI, automation, and scaling IT operations. And then brands and influencers, actively follows thought leaders like Simon Sinek, Satya Nadella, and automation-focused companies like HubSpot and Salesforce. Frustrations and fears, what's keeping them up at night. He's struggling to scale operations without increasing overhead. He's wasting time on manual processes that could get automated. He's losing qualified leads due to poor follow-up systems. What annoys or frustrates them, he's overcomplicated tools that require a steep learning curve. fragmented systems that don't communicate effectively, or customer complaints about delays in response or onboarding. Challenges he's facing daily, balancing a limited budget while keeping up with emerging tech, training their system on new systems while managing current workloads, juggling vendor relationships for tools that don't integrate seamlessly, and then who or what stands in their way, resistance to change within the organization, inconsistent data management and reporting tools, limited resources to test and implement new systems, wants and aspirations. And so you can see here that this is a really pretty good head start. Maybe I put this in, maybe I'm working with this customer, this type of customer, and I have experience working with this type of customer. And so maybe I'm going through and I'm like, some of these things seem pretty accurate. Maybe some of these things not so much. Maybe some of these sections need to be expanded on. Maybe I want to know more about what conferences and books and things that they're reading. Well, I could just ask ChatGPT, hey, could you please expand on the publications, books, and blogs? Or could you please make me a list of more events and conferences they might be attending? Maybe you see a section that you're like, well, I'm not sure if that's really the case. You can go back and revisit a section. You can ask ChatGPT to revisit a section, or you can go back and add your own thoughts manually. But this is a really good place to start. It really helps you sort of, get a head start without having to imagine everything yourself. Because, this is an exercise that when we do it manually, it could take a couple hours to really sit down and think about the answers to all of these questions. So, all right. So now that we have a good idea of who our ideal customer is, what their problems are, what their fears and frustrations are, what they really, really want, and why they would buy from us. The key purchase drivers is, what are they expecting from us? What are they looking for? And how can we align our offer with what they're looking for? Now that we have this understanding and a little bit more detail about who these folks are, we have a tool called ZBRA Leads. And ZBRA Leads is a way of being able to reach the people who would be good customers for us. And so it can help you find and connect with decision makers. It can help you find and connect with companies and the employees at the companies. And it includes an AI assistant, so you can actually generate summaries. So anyone who's done B2B sales, B2B sales is oftentimes, you need to know something about that company. Like, you can't just show up and be like, hey, we offer the solution. But, they want to know that you've done a little bit of research about them. And so this is going to help you do some of that research, and then prospect for the folks who will be good customers for you and be able to have the information about them that you need to make sales. So in here, we have a search feature. You'll see if anyone's dropping comments. Okay. So in here, we have a search feature. And so we have either people search or company search. Basically, this is where you could say, hey, I'm looking for chief technology officers in Houston, Texas. And it would build us a list. Here we could say, I'm looking for IT companies in Houston, Texas. Or I'm looking for medical supply companies, or I'm looking for restaurants or, you know, any sort of company related thing. Here you could search by domain. So say you want to find everyone who works at ExxonMobil, or everybody who works at Target, or you know, everybody who works at I don't know, H&R Block. I'm just coming up with random companies. Here you could actually drop the domain of that company into here, and it's gonna just give you a list of individuals who work at that company. And over here is the influencer search. So you can actually find influencers, people who have a large audience of the type of customer who you serve. So the benefit here is, while you may have a small audience of the type of people you want to serve, you could find influencers who have a large audience of the people you want to serve. And so they will be able to help you get in front of a lot more people than you're able to do yourself. So that is where you could benefit from the influencer search. This could be good for you if you want to find partners. Maybe you have a solution that you'd be willing to give them a portion of the sale if they helped you sell it. Maybe you just want to get on podcasts, you know, but this is a good way to find people who will be good partners for you to help you get in front of more of your ideal customer. All right, so let's take a look real quick at the people search. So in here, like I said, you could say, I want chief technology officers. You could say in Houston, Texas. And while you may have seen other leads tools that maybe do allow you to generate searches, there aren't any that really let you do like a dynamic search like this, where you can put just absolutely anything in this description and it's going to look for the type of people you put in there. Then we've got advanced features, so you could search by job title, management level. Do they need to be a founder and owner, or C-level? You know, what type of people are you looking for? What type of skills do they need to have? And here you really can just put anything. Like if they need to have, maybe they need to be certified in a certain kind of software or something to that effect. Maybe maybe it's important if they're a large company or a small company. Maybe you're only looking for startups, or maybe you're looking for big companies. You know, you can target by employee count. Maybe you want to make sure that the company has enough money to afford your services. So maybe revenue is important. Maybe they need to be in a certain industry. Maybe only work with healthcare businesses. You can even target by what school they went to, what they majored in, what their degree was. You know, there's so many options here. So what you would do once you're happy with your search is you would press continue, and it's gonna show you a list of these people. And you can say, well, does this list look good? And you know, you may be seeing, oh, well, it's got LinkedIn. Yes, that's, you know, their LinkedIn, but this is going to give you a lot more information than just LinkedIn would. So now let's take a look. Once we're happy with this list, say we said, okay, this looks good, I want to save it. We would go add to list. When we confirm, it's going to add it to a list and let us give it a name so we can look it up later. I've already got one built here, so we're going to take a look here. So here's our list of chief technology officers. We've got all the folks that were in the list we just pulled up. It's got their, you know, LinkedIn, it's got their email address. It'll pull a phone number if it has that, if it's able to find that. And then we can enrich the data with AI. So here we see generate direct message, generate summary, generate a subject line, generate intro. These are all AI prompts that are in here in the back end, which can be customized. And, say we want to send a direct message. We just click that button. We can actually do this in bulk. So if we have a big list, we can just select everyone and say, generate the direct message. So this one says, hello, hope this message finds you well. I came across your impressive profile and couldn't resist reaching out. Your expertise in molecular electronics fabrication, electron microscopy, and nanomaterial fabrication is unparalleled and aligns perfectly with projects we've been working on at our company. Also, your extensive educational background. This is kind of like blowing a little bit of smoke, but clearly it's calling out some of the things that are specific to this person. University of Kentucky, Illinois, University of Texas, El Paso is truly inspiring. It knows what colleges they went to. And we can train this as well with your company details so that this message can be very specific to this person and how your business can relate to them. All right, so the awesome thing about this tool, we can also do the company search like I showed you. Here we would just say, maybe it's restaurants in Houston. Basically we can generate a list based on the type of business, which is really gonna pull up, anyone who is that type of business. So I have this company search already built, MSPs and IT service providers in Houston. And here you can see for each company, it's pulling all the people that work there. So if you're doing sales, if you're doing B2B sales, you could say, hey, here's all the people that work there. Let's take a look at, who these folks are and which one will be the best one to reach out to. Then you've got their employee count. So how big is this company? These guys are 709 people. These are only 19 people. We know their star rating on Google and how many reviews they've got. Their website and what it's built in. Do they have Google Analytics installed? Was their company Facebook, YouTube, Twitter or X, LinkedIn, phone number, and then we even have their company address. So this, and then of course we can enrich this data with AI as well. Yeah, I noticed you're offering exceptional managed IT services in Dallas, driving strategic growth for businesses while reducing risks. We at Zebra are all about streamlining processes and enhancing cost efficiency. So that's a direct message that could be sent. Here's a summary of the business. So if you just want to know real quick and dirty, what do these guys do? Here's everything that they do that AI pulled and put into a summary for you. Managed IT, this is a subject line. Okay, what subject lines could we use for an email? Given that the company offers managed IT services, blah, 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 blah. And then what could be an intro, a message to them? I noticed that your business, Buchanan, sets itself apart by providing comprehensive managed IT services in Dallas, reducing risks while increasing cost efficiencies for your clients. It's particularly impressive to see how you've leveraged technology to create new strategies, pushing the boundaries in the IT industry. So that could be an intro to an email. Maybe then you go on and add, maybe you have like a particular offer you want to promote to them, but maybe you automatically fill this part for every lead or every person you're contacting so that there's a level of personalization that's not there by just sending a generic form email. So the other amazing thing that we can do with this is we at Zebra, we have a 4-bot AI sales system. So it starts with a cold email where we can pull in this data and make every message to every single person personalized. So yes, we're sending cold email, but it is not, it's a personalized cold email. If the person then responds, um, the system already knows this stuff about them and their company. So the AI chatbot will respond, but it's not a cold response. It's having a warm conversation because it knows something about the prospective customer. All of this AI data, it already knows the answers. It already knows what that person does. It already knows what their business does. And so it's a much warmer conversation. Yes, it's AI, but it is not like a cold conversation that's generic and the same for every lead. So our AI sales system can also get them into a call with a voice AI. And the voice AI can qualify the lead and book them into a call with your sales team or with you. So you're able to, set these searches. We can set these searches to run automatically. So every week there's new emails going out to qualified prospective customers and new leads rolling in for you, qualified by AI, so that you know something about them before you get on the phone with them and whether they're a good prospect for you. Or, be able to take that information, have a more informed conversation without having to hire a bunch of sales staff. All right. So, let's see. Does anyone have any questions? Let me know. Let's see. Okay. So, going back to the entire reason that, we want to get clear on our ideal customer, so that we can speak to them in a way that they hear us and they understand the value that we provide. So, really making sure that we get down to the nitty-gritty on what they're looking for as it pertains to what we do, what problems they have that we are solving, what's keeping them up at night, and how to really get inside their head so that we can offer something to them that is attractive. We want them throwing credit cards and checks at our face. How do you get them to do that? By really aligning your offer with what they want and what they're looking for. That doesn't always necessarily mean changing what you're offering. It means understanding them in a way that you know how to communicate it to them in a way that they hear you and understand, that it cuts through the noise. So, why is this important? Because it's a competitive market out there. And if we want to beat the competition, we have to do a better job of adding value to our customers. So, and to do a better job of that, we have to be able to explain to them, show them what it is that we do that's above and beyond everybody else. Of course, AI can help us do that. I showed you a little bit about how that works. Go ahead and grab the free resource here, the Customer Avatar Worksheet that I made available. If you want that and you're watching live on social media, if you could just drop the word avatar into the comments, into the chat, I will make sure that you get that resource. And then just want to remind you, we'll be live here every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central Time. And we're going to be talking about like business growth. We're going to talk about how to incorporate AI and automation to make sure that you get more, you can get more business, you can get more done more quickly, and really take advantage of the new technology so you can beat out the competition. Uh, Again, I'm Laura Camrath. I'm CEO and founder of Zebra Marketing, Smarter Marketing, Wild Results. And I really want to see you guys get wild results in your business. I want to see you all be successful. And I can't wait to share more tips and strategies for you with social media, with AI and automation. And see you all here on social media. Please do drop a comment, likes, shares, helps us grow our community, helps us be in community together, and helps us help each other. So would love to engage with you there in the comments. I will be coming back periodically to check to see if anyone has commented and respond. So if you're watching this in the replay, go ahead and drop your comments or questions, and I'll be back to check on those. If you would like the resource, drop the word avatar and I'll make sure you get that as well. Awesome. So I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday. Anybody who's in Houston or Texas, enjoy the snow. I hope you stay warm, and we will see you next time.